Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for September. Hope everyone's August went as well as could be expected given the circumstances. First thing that I want to talk about is pretty important. I mentioned in the last month update that YouTube had started putting mid-roll ads in my videos by default when I uploaded them, ignoring the default that I had set on the channel. And that I was going through and, you know, removing them, but I might have missed a few. Well, I think even before I put that video up, YouTube had gone through and turned on mid-roll ads for every video on my channel, which is over 11,000. So, at that point I was like, I honestly am not sure how to turn all these off. I did eventually see that there was a way to turn them all off, but that's literally manipulating every single video on the channel all at once, without any kind of double check to make sure that I had the correct thing triggering. So I was like, I don't want to do that. So I kind of decided that this last month was going to be a test, see how mid-roll ads actually fared, see what kind of comments I got, that sort of thing. And overall, the experiment was quite revealing, and I am going to be leaving mid-roll ads on. I'm sorry if that is disappointing, but I kind of don't have a choice. I had some pretty expensive car repair and maintenance that I had to do this month, and that was the real clincher. But what kind of made me realize that I needed to keep them on is the fact that this last month, well, to preface it, December is always the best month for ad revenue because it's Christmas. Companies are willing to pay more for advertising on YouTube in the run up to Christmas. That's just how it is. So if you look at like the average revenue for ads on YouTube, it's basically a slope. Starts out low in January, it works up to its highest point in December, and then next January drops back down again, or slowly works its way back up. There's a couple times, like I think that there's sometimes a spike around the Super Bowl, because people who aren't interested in the Super Bowl are choosing to go watch something else, and sometimes that's YouTube. But overall, in terms of monthly revenue from ads, that's the general trend. This past month was better than last December, so I kind of was like, I think I have to, and this is with the fact that ad revenue is actually down because of COVID. There are more people watching YouTube right now, but there are fewer companies willing to pay as much because so many companies are in financial trouble. So it kind of created a thing where more people are watching, and more people are watching monetized videos and stuff like that, and there's more monetized views, but revenue is actually, per watch is actually down. And that's kind of the situation. So I was looking at an increase of between 50 and 60% this past month. So I need to leave that on. I can't, like, I knew that mid-rolls would increase revenue, but I kind of figured it would be relatively little, in comparison, like 10, maybe 20% overall. I don't know why I thought that, but I just did. I just didn't think it would be that much, to turn that on and have the, in my opinion, annoyance of an ad break in the middle of a video when you haven't created the video that way specifically. And I don't create them that way, and I don't anticipate creating them that way, so I'll just be trying to find the best place for a mid-roll ad. There are ways to avoid that, obviously. You can sign up for YouTube Premium if you find it just really unacceptable. There's always ad blocking. If you still want to support the channel, there's Patreon, Ko-fi. I'm looking into channel memberships, but YouTube has a lot of steps that require filled out before they will allow you to turn it on. It's not just, yeah, turn it on. Just one tier, say, if anyone wants to support me, here it is. No, you have to create 3 tiers, and you have to create badges, and I don't think you had to create emoticons, but I mean, like, that's the thing that if I was going to be joining a channel, that would be what I'd want out of it primarily. Oh, and those tiers, you have to give a perk for it. It's not just, hey, you want to support me. This is a way to do it. So when that gets turned on, it'll be a video shout out, pretty much like what we have for those supporting me on Patreon, names in the scroll bar or something like that. And then you have to create a private video for it and a private post for it. And I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I was hoping to have that ready to go for this video, this monthly update, and I don't. So I do plan to get that launched sometime this month, hopefully within the next week. But it's still just I gotta make that video, and even if it's just a crummy 1-2 minute video, just to say that I did it, it still takes a bit of time to sit down and think about how and what I want to say. So that's coming. If people want to support me that way, I kind of wish that channel memberships would also disable ads on the channel, because I can guarantee you that the channel membership is going to be more money than what your individual views would be. I actually had a viewer do a couple tests because they didn't mind doing so. They actually brought it up to me of, you know, what is the difference if they actually click on an ad? And on a video in which it was basically a couple pennies. And that was just on a newer video. On an older video, it was fractions of a penny or something like that. It was really not that much. So for you to, you know, hit the level of a support of Patreon or just a 1-month Ko-fi support, Twitch subscription, all these things, you would have to click on a lot of ads. A lot of ads. And obviously I don't expect anyone to do that. I generally expect most people to try to ignore those ads as much as they possibly can, because that's kind of the nature of advertising. But so that's kind of where we're at right now. Because YouTube turned on ads for all of my old videos, there are a lot of videos and a lot of playlists, in fact, that just have tons of ads on the videos. I will be going through and reducing that to a reasonable number. Usually I'm looking at, if it's a half an hour, around a half an hour video or less, 1 ad. If we're looking at an hour-long video, then it might be something like 2. You know, maybe 3, depending on how it comes out. But basically, if you're looking at one of my standard episodes, 1 ad should be the norm. If you're looking at a, you know, like the XCOM files playthroughs, then we're looking at a couple more. But still, I'm going to keep it reasonable. The YouTube algorithm that places the ads automatically is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. It has no sort of memory of, like, I have just put an ad in 2 minutes ago. Maybe I shouldn't put an ad in now, even though there's a break here that I could do so. No, it just puts an ad in. So there have been some videos of a half an hour length that have had upwards of close to 20 ads in them, and I have had to go through and clean those out. So, going forward, I will be focusing primarily, you know, to start with, on the playlists that are popular, to try to get those to a reasonable number, and then working my way towards the unpopular ones. However, if you're starting to watch a series, an old series, and you're noticing a lot of ads, please do let me know. I will prioritize that, because I know that someone is actively watching that. And actively, you know, like they're also someone who watches these updates, which, if you look at the last one, 288 views. I have 17,000 subscribers. Yeah, not a lot of people are watching these. This is a diehard group here. So if basically one of my diehard viewers is like, hey, I was starting to watch an old series, and there's a lot of ads in this, Yeah, I'm going to prioritize that one because that's the perk you get for being one of the privileged few who watches my update videos. Um, but yeah, you can either let me know, preferably on Discord, but you can also leave a comment or send me a tweet or something like that. Any of the normal ways. You can mention it on during a Twitch stream, but I'll be honest, given that I'm in a different mindset of, I'm in the mindset of playing the game that I'm streaming and stuff like that, I'm more likely to forget. So I would much rather have it as tell me on Discord, a tweet, comment on a video, that sort of thing. Something that I can always go back and notice again. And I will try to get that playlist cleaned up pretty quick. I mean, depending on when you let me know, I may not be able to get to it for a few hours, but it should be within a 24-hour period that is taken care of. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I'll be doing for the foreseeable future. I have a lot of playlists. I have 11,000 videos. There's a lot that I need to go through and clean it up. And overall, most people have been understanding. I've only had one comment where basically someone clearly came into my videos fresh, got barraged by ads, and left a nasty comment like blaming me essentially. It's like, dude, YouTube just turned this on. Be patient. Have some understanding towards us. We didn't opt into this. We didn't say yes, go ahead and do this. We didn't say do a phased rollout where we're handling this or something like that. No, it was just August 1st, boom, every single video. And not only that, I was noticing that a significant number of them also had the pre-rolls turned off, and I'm pretty sure that they were on before. So, like, I'm not happy about how YouTube has handled this. They just flat out disregarded us, what we consider best for our videos and our channel. And if you're someone like me that produces a lot of content, that is that is so much burden on us to then go back and straighten this out, and not giving us an option on it. It is asinine. It really is. But at the same time, that's Google these days. I mean, they just really do not give a crap about what their users think. I mean, you just look at every single change that they make to the layout and everything like that. They just don't care. So I'm really frustrated about that. But so that's going to be going forward. I'll be trying to clean up a lot of those old playlists, get those straightened out. It'll probably give me an opportunity to get some thumbnails on a lot of those older series that I've been meaning to do. Maybe make some other tweaks to video descriptions, that sort of thing. But we'll see how that goes. So that's really where we are right now. If you're really disappointed by that, I'm really sorry. But I mean, I was just looking at the numbers, and I can't not do it with this unexpected expense that I had, and just the fact that this is going to increase my revenue, which helps me and helps the channel. I have to do this now. So that's really, I mean, it's unfortunate and I'm disappointed, but it's just the reality of this situation right now, unfortunately. So again, like I said, please do let me know if you're starting to watch a series and it's got a lot of ads. As I was saying, there's some videos that will have one. It will automatically put in only one. There are some videos where it'll put in none because it can't find a place to put one in. But I was noticing on the Spelljammer adventures, I think it has a limit of 20 ads to a video because these are each of these is 2 hours long, and it was literally the first half is an ad like every 3 minutes, and then right around 1 hour, boom, no more ads because it's hit 20 at that point. So there's a ton of videos, and I'm gonna have to go through all of that. gonna be a bit of a pain. But yeah. Also, if you see any, like, if you get just one ad, but it's in an inconvenient break, go ahead and let me know that too, and I'll try to put that somewhere else. I may be cheaping out a little bit on some of these series when I go back and do them, and just like deleting all but one kind of thing and leaving one and not actually checking to see where it is. Just because, again, it's 11,000 videos. It's going to be a lot of time, even if I try to cut corners. So if you're noticing inconveniently placed ads, let me know that too, and I will specifically go in and move those around. If you're noticing a trend as well, where like every video that you're seeing in a playlist is like that, you can say so as well, and then I'll take an extra special look at that to try to make sure that they're in better places. Again, it's kind of a squeaky wheel gets the kick kind of thing, or squeaky wheel gets the oil. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. There's other things to talk about. I'm just trying to remember if there's other things that I wanted to mention with regards to that. Part of this goes back to an element that I've noticed and read about and heard with regards to how YouTube is handling like what YouTube wants these days. YouTube wants you, the viewer, to stay on YouTube as long as possible. Like, obviously, it's not possible, but they would want you to stay on YouTube for 24 hours a day if they could get it. However, they do not want you actually watching anything that you want to watch. They would rather, 100 people watch one video than 100 people watch 100 separate videos. And that creates a problem for channels like mine that is long-form content, where, you start in a thing and you watch progressively through a playlist. It's great for keeping you on the channel, but those later videos especially do not get anywhere near as high the views because people they run out of time to watch it, they lose interest, they fall behind, forget where they were, they just don't like it after a time. There's all kinds of reasons why later episodes in a series don't get as many views, but that's kind of the nature of it. By the time you hit the end of a longer series, generally when you're looking at 10 to 20 plus videos. Sometimes a bit more depending on how initially popular it is. You basically only have the die-hard people, the people who are committed to watching the whole thing at that point. Like, to a certain extent, I've noticed that the number of views that I get around episode 30 is very similar to the number of views that I get around episode 60. So there's basically a slope down, and then it levels off. But YouTube doesn't want videos with 60 views. YouTube wants videos with thousands of views only. And so they basically look at a channel like mine, and they see that the average views across my entire channel of all the videos is relatively low. Because, again, you're looking at the last episodes of the White Huns campaign getting maybe 100 views. Older series, when I had fewer subscribers, are even lower. And certainly things that were just not that popular are lower as well. And they're looking at that, and they're judging the entire channel by that. And they're kind of saying, well, we don't really want to serve up this guy's stuff because his stuff doesn't get the views we want. And I honestly don't exactly understand that. Like, there is no way for me to say, just look at, like, I have all these playlists, all of my videos are in playlists, just look at the first episode in these playlists. Ignore everything else for the factor of serving up stuff on my channel, because the first episode is what gets people in. No one comes to Obviously, some people do, depending on what I've called the episodes and depending on what people are searching for, but most people, they look for Crusader Kings 2. They don't jump into episode 131. They jump in at episode 1. They say, well, let's see what this campaign is about. Looking for Chrono Trigger, they're not, unless they're specifically looking, like, if they're looking for, how do I defeat this boss? How do I get through this puzzle? Yeah, they'll be going to a specific video if they can, and I've had people complain that I was doing more than just that, and it's like, you need to understand what the video is for. But mostly the people coming to my channel are looking to watch an entire series. Serve up just the first episode. Ignore episodes 2 through whatever for this purpose. YouTube doesn't do that. They don't have that capability of doing so. That would help the channels like mine, but they don't want channels like mine on YouTube anymore. Is certainly the impression that I'm getting. They want the how to defeat this boss. What is good about this game type videos. They want the short form one-off videos that go up like once a week that take tons and tons of time to create. Because I don't do editing, discounting upload and tagging time, the time it takes to upload the video and put in the description and stuff like that, my video production time is basically the time it takes me to record the video. So if you see a video that's 29 minutes and 37 seconds, that's the time I put into that episode, because I'm not doing editing. But I'm putting up a lot of content. And YouTube just doesn't want that on the channel anymore, on the platform anymore. Unless you're so big that all of your videos get thousands of views. And that's just not possible. So it's not harming me as much right now because I'm small. Because I am, like, to a certain extent, because I'm small, I'm getting disproportionate growth compared to the bigger folk, it looks like. Like, I've been kind of paying attention to some of the big channels, and a lot of them are hemorrhaging subscribers and stuff like that. And you'll see some people talk about how they have, the A channel and the B channel, and they'll put they'll put stuff over on the B channel that they've done, but they're realizing aren't getting views. Like if they set themselves a goal and they want 8,000 views for that first episode, and they want sustained like 5,000 views across the board, and they put something up and it gets 4,000 views, and the next one gets 2,000 views, and they're like, yeah, this is I can't do this anymore. And if you're one of the people who wants to watch that, then you're kind of up a creek. So they'll put that stuff over on a B channel, and for a comparison of stuff that I've done, my Spelljammer stuff would be a good B channel role, just because it gets consistently way lower views compared to my actual Let's Plays. But I have such varied content as it is. Like, I have people who are just on my channel for my Crusader Kings 2. I have people on my channel who are just here for the JRPGs. They don't watch my PC RPGs, and they don't watch my strategy games and stuff like that. That's all fine. But, again, YouTube doesn't want that. I'm not planning on changing, because this is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy doing, and I don't want to be... while I may make some decisions about an overall game to play, unless I'm not having fun with the game, I'm not going to stop until it's done. Even if that means, quote-unquote, hurting the channel in YouTube's eyes. Because I care more about the presentation that I give to you guys than what YouTube's analytics do. But do keep in mind, and there's nothing really, I'll probably get some people asking, what can I do to help fix this? There really isn't anything that you can do. This is all YouTube. This is all Google. And how they want their platform to operate. And, I mean, to a certain extent, I kind of understand some of that. I am taking up a disproportionate amount of storage space on their servers compared to the views I get. Compared to someone who puts up, reviews or tips and tricks type videos, strategy videos, that sort of thing, where they put it up maybe one video a week or even one video a day, but they all get high view counts. I'm using up a ton of storage space on their servers for relatively few views, and they don't like that. And I understand that, but at the same time, you've opened up the platform. If you're having problems with this, you need to go to the channel creators and talk to them specifically, rather than, try to tweak your algorithms to discourage certain things. And that's kind of like how it feels like to me. In part because it does also obscure content that people want to watch. I don't think that there's really been a drop-off in interest from a viewer perspective of this kind of content. This is more just YouTube trying to shape what people watch. And it's not that I feel like they shouldn't do that, because it's their platform, it's their right to do so, but it does create some pretty serious issues in terms of, like, actually catering to viewers' tastes. If you're making it hard for viewers to find what they actually want, yeah, that's an issue. If the viewership is actually changing in such a way that they're not interested in this content anymore, I mean, then that will create a natural drain on the people doing this, and there's nothing that YouTube needs to do one way or the other to speed it up or slow it down or anything like that, and that can just be a natural process. But I'm not seeing that. I mean, the channel growth is steady. It's not great, but it's steady. I'm pleased with how it is overall. I mean, obviously I would like it to grow faster, but it's still steady. And I know that it would be... I know of ways that I could make it better by focusing my channel. Most of the channels that I see that have started out way smaller than me and grown bigger than me in a significantly shorter period of time, they're all hyper-focused channels. And they found that every time they branched out, it's a bad idea, and that it's basically like touching a fire and burning themselves and pulling their hand back, and then they just stick to the specialized content. I grew so slowly early on that it didn't matter to me, and I have varied content, which means that this is what I like. I'm playing what I enjoy, so I'm planning to stick with that. But that is also, kind of circling back to the very beginning, that's also one of the reasons why I felt that I had to leave the mid-roll ads on. When I saw that level of increase of revenue, and then having the expense this month, I didn't have a choice. Hopefully that'll, long-term turn into better equipment for the stuff that I'm using. Hardware upgrades, maybe more console systems, that sort of thing. PlayStation 5's coming out soon, and I just got a PlayStation 4 not too long ago. So, that's all things that I'm looking at and keeping in mind, and hoping that will bring the channel's way. So please do what you can to assist me in identifying series that have a lot of ads, and I will work as hard as I can, quickly as I can, to get all of the videos cleaned up in that way. One side note on that, I'll note that the way the algorithm works seems to favor putting a ton of ads in the console RPGs, because there are more hard visual breaks. You transition screens, fades to black, and then the new area fades in again, fades to black for a battle. All of those things create hard visual breaks, which the algorithm is looking for. A lot of the PC RPGs, they don't operate that way. So there's a lot fewer hard breaks for it to put ads into. So I have noticed just in my time, in this past month of acting on people pointing out problem series and stuff like that, that it does tend to be the console RPGs that are getting hit the hardest. So I will be focusing on those in large part to try to reduce the number of ads in those. So that's really it for that news. That's a really big channel update. That's been a half an hour of me just talking stream of consciousness, and I haven't even gotten to some of the regular stuff. So let's talk about the regular stuff. Chrono Trigger is going strong, and we did start Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition recently. That is sort of blind. I'm occasionally, going to look at maps and stuff like that to try to figure out where things are and stuff like that. But I may miss things. I'm not too concerned about missing things. If I miss something really good, feel free to mention it. But right now, I'm not too concerned. I played the early part of the game. I'm getting out of that part now, and I've seen the early parts of the game played on multiple times. But most of the time, it's like I've stopped when I was like, I should really not do this because I want to play it myself and kind of have a bit more blindness to it. Not fully blind because I don't want to go into everything completely blind, but it tends to be more of a look back and double check, have I missed anything sort of thing, as opposed to, all right, let me see, what are the points that I need to hit up? All right, I need to go here, here, here to get all the good stuff. So it's more of a check after the fact, did I get everything good, sort of thing. I do want to avoid big spoilers, but if you know of primarily, there's an opportunity coming up that you have a choice on, and it's either a good thing or a bad thing, you can kind of ask me, like, hey, there's something coming up that you might need to make a choice on. Do you know about the choice? Do you want to get some information about that? And then and then I can respond to that and say whether I want that or not. When that is wrapped up, and it's going to be a long one, that's probably going to be going for a number of months. I know that's a long game. I'm not going to be doing Throne of Baal right away, and then there's the Black Pits, I think, that was new with the Enhanced Edition. That stuff's going to be held off for later, because they're expansions and they're somewhat separate. I'll be doing Shadows of Am first, as the Patron's Choice Let's Play. But I will be coming back to more of that eventually. Probably sometime late next year is what I'd be looking at, depending on how, other Let's Plays go. But I'd probably be taking, most of a year between that to play some other things. But no point in putting it off too long. And I do have 2 patron rewards that will be following that up. So my PC gaming is kind of like, set in stone now for quite a while. One of those games I think is going to be reasonably long. Chrono Trigger is going strong. I have wrapped up the main game storyline. So following that, I will be doing the optional DS stuff and then all the endings, and then Breath of Fire 3 will be following that up. But that's still, there's a lot of stuff to do in Chrono Trigger. That's probably going to run most of this month, if not all of this month. The XCOM Files stream still ongoing. That is going to be going forever. It's a long, big mod, and I am doing a lot of stuff. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of other people, and they tend to like land and see a mission, and you're just like, nah, not doing it. I do most missions. There are some that will spawn, and I'm just like, nope, no desire to do this. I'm done with that. Or I don't have a desire to fight another to take on another medium UFO right now. I think I got enough points, that sort of thing. But yeah, the videos here on YouTube are way behind the live stream, so keep that in mind. But that's just going to be ongoing. I'm curious what people feel about the splitting the episodes up the way that I am. I'm trying to... A few of the early videos weren't like this, but after, like, the first stream session or the second stream session, I was cutting them up. I was like, you know what, I should just package long episodes all together rather than split them up, which does create some very long episodes, 2 hours long. However, what I could still do, and going forward with future streams, is just put up the stream video itself, the full one. That does mean that sometimes we'll be looking at, like, 5-6 hour videos going up. So I'd be curious how people feel about that. Would you rather have it all in one thing, or would you rather it be split up into somewhat more bite-sized chunks? Obviously, XCOM's a little bit special because of the mission nature. If I was doing another game that's just like, an action game or an RPG or something like that, that's not mission-based, I'd probably be going back to about 45-minute cut-ups, unless people really would prefer to just have the entire thing uploaded at once. A lot of people do that, but also a lot of people aren't streaming for 6 hours at a time. So I'd be curious what you guys have to think about that. So do let me know what you dislike about the way the current handling of XCOM and just stream videos in general. I would appreciate some feedback on that. Dokopon Kingdom is wrapping up pretty soon. We finished recording a while ago, and JG is just, I think he scheduled them all, and they're just going to be going up over time. But I think that's going to be done this month. It was a lot of fun to play. I had a great time. I hope you guys have been enjoying watching it as well. If you haven't, check it out. It's a hilarious game where the AI cheats. And the Spelljammer campaign is ongoing. Saturdays, do check that out, noon Eastern time. I've been getting more viewers, which is very appreciative. I really do appreciate everyone coming out for that and enjoying that. I'm pretty far away from becoming a partner on Twitch. I am affiliate. What I need right now is sustained viewership on the streams above a certain level. And I'm about half-ish way there. So I kind of need to double my average number of viewers per stream. I don't know of a way to do that other than just, constantly promoting it here in these updates and stuff like that. But do come out to Twitch. I'm streaming XCOM files right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mondays, it's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday and Friday, I'm sorry. It starts before noon, usually around 11:15. It's kind of based on when I'm up and showered and everything like that. I basically just go up and start streaming, so I get up and start streaming kind of thing. So that's what goes on with those streams, and then Saturday is Spelljammer at noon Eastern time. So please do come out and check those out. Help me get enough views to get partner. I get better cuts of revenue that way. So that would be great. That's most of what we got going on. Scrolling down and seeing Crusader Kings 2 reminds me that Crusader Kings 3 is out today. I did get a key yesterday. I kind of feel like Imperator Rome burned Paradox. They did the week-long, the week early release for a lot of people, and I think it created what they felt was so much negative buzz that they had to really work hard to fight off that kind of thing. I think they felt that they got really burned by that, and I've noticed a distinct change in how they approach the early release stuff, where they pick and choose certain people to showcase something specific about the new game, and then the general release to content creators is like the day before, and you don't get, it's literally, here's the key at the time that you can start doing stuff with it. So I actually got it after that point. I assume that I was just further back in the queue kind of thing. I probably didn't get my request in as early as other people did. But so I haven't actually had a chance to play it. I've installed it. But after I'm done with this and I get this uploaded and take care of some other stuff, I'm going to start doing some recording for that. So hopefully a video will go up later today for it. And I'm going to start with a shorter campaign to just, feel out the game, explore the, how it plays and stuff like that, and see how it goes. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, that's mostly the channel stuff. It's pretty heavy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about there with the channel, with what's been going on recently on YouTube. Other than that, if you head over to my blog, which of course links are all up here, you get to Patreon, you get to Twitter, Discord, Twitch, all that there. I have a new deity, Araleth Letheranil, one of the elven deities from Dragon Magazine, one of the minor elven deities. So I've expanded that quite a bit. He's more of an adventuring deity, kind of stands against darkness, fights against the Drow but doesn't hate them, like Chevresh does, kind of thing. But also, given that he's a deity of stars, he's also quite popular. I perceived him as quite popular with the spelljamming elves. So I included that in the write-up as well. So if you want some more elven deities, go over to the blog and check that entry out. If you want to support the channel, you can head over to Patreon and support the channel with one of those tiers. As I've said, even the $1 per month amount goes a long way towards supporting the channel. As I mentioned a lot earlier, that's more than what I would get out of your individual ad revenue watching. So if you choose to ad block, this is a good way to, kind of compensate for that if you want to support what the channel's doing. Same thing with Ko-fi. You can just, if doing something monthly is, out of your financial scope right now, you can support me with just, whenever you want for, you can buy me some ham, some delicious ham. And of course, Twitch subscriptions also work very well for that. Cheering with bits, Twitch subscriptions, all of that does help. You can, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can sign up for Twitch Prime for free, and once per month you can subscribe to a channel, get access to their emotes and stuff like that, get increased kind of earnings of the channel points, which on my channel are, of course, ham, to more quickly get access to the ham for history and other such elements. So, if you want to support the channel, all of these are ways to do so. Any of them is good. Patreon is best, but, do what works for you if you want to support the channel. And the more support I get, the more I can cover new hardware, purchase new games, all that stuff, and increase the variety of games that I'm playing. So yeah, please do consider that. It really does mean a lot to me. The names scrolling by on the bottom are all of my supporters on Patreon. All of you guys are going above and beyond, and I really, truly do appreciate it. Just as I also appreciate the people who subscribe to me on Twitch, it really does mean a lot to me that you're willing to help out and support the channel that way. You guys are champions, and I really do appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this extremely long channel update. Please do stay safe with the virus out there, the pandemic. Make sure that you're wearing masks and social distancing. Listen to your... I would say listen to your medical providers, but some of our countries are not exactly doing a good job of that, but it's neither here nor there. Find the people who are right and listen to them. Let's put it that way. And make sure you stay safe and keep other people safe. Because I don't want you guys to get sick and not be able to watch my videos, you know? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. And we will circle back around next month and see what's going on with the channel then. See you then, everyone.